Well, hello there. It's been a while. I have not been a well little puppy. Basically, I've had practically 2 weeks with the shits, and I mean the catastrophic volcano type eruption shits. Basically, I got E. coli poisoning from a local McDonald's, believe it or not. I know it's not that difficult to believe. And yes, it's been a fucking living nightmare. I've lost well over a stone. And anyway, that's that. So I'm now basically out of pocket by 2 weeks' wages, etc., etc. You know what I mean? But it's one of them things. What we've got here, as you can see, is a quad. It belongs to my neighbour. And I think they bought it as a non-runner. And asked me to get it running. So first thing I'm going to do, I don't know who makes it. There is a plate here, but without my readers on, I can't see whose make it is. Because one thing I've noticed, having 2 weeks of the shit, is that my eyes don't focus anymore. You know, they've gone all blurry and what have you. Because I couldn't keep anything in, so I can't keep any medication in or anything like that. So I suppose the body's just getting back to as it was. But as you can see, it's a little CC, a little wanker, a little quad. I think it could be a 50. I don't know. It could be smaller. No idea. Till I get my readers on, or I'll take a photo of that plate and see what that says. It's not bad. I think she has replaced the ignition, which goes in there, and tried to get a pull start for it, but got the wrong one twice. But what I'm hoping to do is, if I can, there might be like an Allen hex head or something in there, is see if I can get a drill on it, spin it over. I think it's 2-stroke. I won't know till I get the bodywork off and I can see the cylinder heads and stuff, but I think it's 2-stroke only because it's got an expansion pipe on it, which is usually a dead giveaway. So this is the project. My task is to get it running, but I'm going to go through the brakes and stuff like that. It's got cable brakes, front and rear. The rears work really well, because like a twat I've sat on it. The fronts are a little bit sticky. They want the cables lubing, because I think the front is also, I think that's also a handbrake. You push that button there, it's handbrake. I don't know anything about it. Thumb throttle, there you go, it's running already. Fuck knows what that is. I don't know, it's not wired up to anything. I think it could be a bell. I think it was a bell at some point, who knows. So yeah, so that's what we're on with. But my first thing is see if I can work out how to get this bodywork off, get a closer look at the engine.
A few moments later.
There we go, there's our first look. It was pretty easy to disassemble, and I might even be tempted to whap it on its side, but it's yeah, it's a nice little thing. I don't even think it's 50cc, it could be something like 20, you know, something like that. Centrifugal clutch there, chain drive, disc brakes all round, although they're as thin as an after 8 mint. But the back ones do work well. So everything's down there. Little fuel tank. I do think it's a 2-stroke, although I haven't delved in just yet. So yeah, we'll see. I'm going to see if I can get an Allen in and spin it over. I don't know the rotation of the engine yet. I presume it's clockwise, but I don't know. So anyway, crack on, Jim Bob, crack on. Yes.
One eternity later.
Hello folks. I can't remember how far we got in the last video. This is just a catch up. This is several days later, and I'll just show you how far I've got with quad, because I ain't touched it this week pretty much. I ain't had time, but one thing I have established within reasonable doubt, we've put the ignition switch where it needs to be, wiring needs to be tidied up, but what I ended up doing, I found out what flywheels fitted, because if you're going to order a pull start, yeah, you need to know what flywheel's fitted. And this has got a foot. Oh, hang on. Oh, it's so good to be able to do that with confidence. Because if you know what flywheel's fitted, you know what pull start to fit, because they're often matched. And this is called, I'm going to get the name wrong. If I do get it wrong, when I watch this when I'm editing, yes, believe it or not, these are edited, I will put the proper name down below in the texty bit. But I think it's called a T3 Easy Start. And there's loads about. They're only about 10 and brand new. But I cannot, for the life of me, discover how to get it off. There is no bolt holding it on. So whether it's like a press fit or something, I don't know. I've put that bolt in with a bit of rubber piping round it, similar to this, but not this, because obviously this is this. So it had a little bit of repurchase, so I can spin the flywheel over. And I have determined that we have got spark. So I've not bothered. Can you see the contacts there? Look, there and there. The contacts for the wheel. That's your pickup point for your sparky spark. And you're supposed to set an air gap with like a piece of paper, something like that. Usually the packaging that coil thing comes in, the card that it's packaged in is the correct air gap for this, because it's what Briggs and Stratton and stuff like that do it. Other small engine manufacturers do it. Hand gestures. They get them all in today. Basically, you can use the card as the proper air gap, or at least get damn close. You're supposed to do it with a feeler gauge, but you ain't pretty good damn for that. So yeah, we have got a spark, and I don't think, to be honest, get it the right way, you twat. I don't think this is going to grip anymore, because by putting the plug back in, I've like vastly increased compressione, and this has got bloody good compression. It's got now too much compression that the interference fit that I put this bolt in with the rubber on, I think it overpowers it now. It's just going to spin the bolt. Yeah, I think so. There you go. So it's doing it. You can hear it fart out the exhaust. So it has got compression, and I did get, like I say, I did get spark. One thing I'm going to do before I proceed, I now know what pull start to order. And it ain't very expensive, so I will order that this week. But I am going to get at the back. It's really bad lighting here at the minute. What I am going to do, because this is a two-stroke, and if it's not run for a while, two-stroke oil tends to sit in the carb and gum everything up. So I'm going to take the carb off, and we'll just give it a clean anyway, so it's got the best chance when we try and fire it up with the pull start. Hopefully it will start easy enough on the pull. That is going to come back to haunt me, I know it. Haven't got any two-stroke oil, so I'm going to order a little bottle of two-stroke oil, because you never ever, it's not a brilliant idea to run a little engine like this, which is a two-stroke. You can get four-stroke as well, but it's never ever a good idea to run two-stroke without two-stroke oil in the premix, because it's the only thing that lubricates the crank bearings. So in here, this is the crank. Hi, crank. And basically you have a seal either side of it in the casings, and the seal, it's part of it. You need the seal because you need the pressure, the crankcase pressure, to transfer the mixture. Because if you've got a two-stroke that's smoking really, really badly, chances are either the rings are gone, and you'll know that because it will have no bugger all compression, or the crank seals have gone and the pressure's coming out of the crank seal. So that's where I am, and I thought I'll just film this because it'd be nice to get a video out this weekend. And then what I want to do is just sort of verify that the engine's a goer. It's worth continuing with, and when I've done that, then I'll start on the chassis, and I'll just go through the brakes and stuff, free the steering up, try and unbash some of this, just so it's safe to use. Basically, just needs a bit of a light lubrication and stuff like that. So that's where we are with it. I've done no tails. I went work on Spurt the other day. Very nice to go work on the motorcycle, because Olive's sawned at the moment, because it's quite nice riding this time of year, even though it was slippy as bollocks. I mean, the back end was out every 2 minutes, but it made an entertaining ride. Phyllis, nothing's going to happen with Phyllis for quite a time. There's just not the money there to fix her at the minute, so, and it's not, vital it gets fixed at the minute. So that's going to have to wait. But I have been on the old bleep bloop bleep, and I don't know whether I've mentioned it, because I've filmed this in, this is the third part now. It's actually the fourth, because I had to cut a racist rant out when the terrorist attacks on the towns happened, but we won't go into that. That I've managed to get prices for the top end, brand new top end, and a barrel by not using Suzuki UK. Basically, it's a bit like, it's the same story with this. I was going to just replace the clutch cover on Spurt, because obviously when it went down on its arse, it lands on the clutch cover and it put a little micro crack in it that you can hardly see with the naked eye. Sometimes you can feel it with your nail, and I've just filled it with JB Weld. But to get a new cover was astronomically expensive from Kawasaki UK. I can get a brand new cover from Japan, genuine Kawasaki, for £45. It's considerably more than that from Kawasaki UK, and there is no reason for it at all, other than let's see what the market can stand. Let's see what them fucking idiot Brits will pay. So yeah, it is what it is. But I've done sort of the same thing with Felice. The barrel, actually, I gave you the wrong price. I thought the barrel was about 300 odd notes. It's not. It's about 100. I think it was 140 quid. And doing my research when I'm, not looking at naked women with their ankles behind the neck, there's not that much difference between a genuine Suzuki import one or the UK one on that. But the head, there's a vast difference with the head. Vast difference with some of the other parts. I can actually order from Suzuki Thailand, and even including the shipping, because we're in no rush, it's still considerably cheaper than Suzuki UK, and that makes absolutely no sense to me at all. But there you go. When did life ever make sense? So that's it. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'll try and get this out Saturday night. No promises. If it don't drop Saturday night, then you're watching this Sunday morning. So that's it. Yeah, carb out next on that. Once I've got the pull start, I'm going to order the pull start. Make sure it runs. Get some two-stroke, obviously. Just make sure it runs. I'm not too bothered about the engine. There's not a lot I can do with it. If it runs, it runs. If it don't, it don't. A whole brand new engine. I'm going to do that again because I did the finger thing. Are you ready? A whole brand new engine is 50 quid. So at some point, I've got to say, okay, do you throw 50 quid at it and get a new engine? Or do I just get the pull start, which is about 15 quid, and some two-stroke oil, and it's a bit of my time to clear that carburettor out, which I don't mind at all, because I like jiggery buggery, you know me. So I don't know, Jim, you were going to say goodbye 10 minutes ago. I know, but I'm saying goodbye now. Bye.